Thursday, August 14, 2025 edition of the Evening News. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Prove me a liar, JAGDEO maintains that NAZAR Mohammed visited Venezuelan embassy. PPPC knows how to manage imported inflation, shield consumers from price hikes, says President Ali. Guyana eyes crab cage farming to tap into Indonesian expertise. TIMEHRI youth killed in hit and run at Supply, suspect arrested at Demerara Harbor Bridge. Government has trained 9,000 plus teachers in 3 years, says Education Minister, and no major airline suspensions. Tourism Ministry warns against false AI-generated claims. Now for the news in detail. General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic and Vice President of Guyana, Dr. JAGDEO, has maintained that sanctioned businessman Nazar Mohammed visited the Venezuelan embassy in Georgetown. Vanu Manikchand has the details in this report.
On Tuesday, Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Minister Hugh Todd revealed that the Mohammeds were seen frequently visiting the Venezuelan embassy in Georgetown, and as such, he had summoned the Venezuelan ambassador to Guyana, Carlos Amador Perez Silva, who indicated that the Mohammeds were applying for a Venezuelan visa. But while Azruddin Mohammed has denied the claims, Vice President Dr. JAGDEO contended that his father, Nazar Mohammed, had gone to the Venezuelan embassy and challenged the Mohammeds to prove him wrong.
When the father visits the Venezuelan embassy, he's a member of this family. Don't tell me that Azruddin Mohammed doesn't know about it, or the daughter, the active one on social media, doesn't know about it. They all know that he did visit the embassy, and they know the purpose of the visit. But since it surfaced that the father went to the embassy, and they have gone silent, they can easily come out and put out another statement that they're prone to do all the time, denying that too, that Nazar Mohammed did not visit the embassy and did not seek what they claim was a visa there. They can do that now. Prove me a liar now. In the next 5 minutes, they can put that out. And I'm willing to stake my entire political career on the fact that he did go to the Venezuelan embassy.
Both Nazar and Azruddin, as well as several of their companies, are sanctioned by the United States Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Asset Control, OFAC. Moreover, just over a month ago, 2 U.S. Congress members, Carlos Gimenez and Maria Elvira Salazar, had voiced concerns over connections between the Mohammeds and the Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's regime, as well as efforts to undermine democracy in Guyana. After the U.S. sanctions were announced in June 2024, Azruddin launched a political party called We Invest in Nationhood and is running as the presidential candidate in the upcoming elections in Guyana. In light of these, JAGDEO has expressed concerns about the Mohammeds' recent actions.
When Minister Todd summoned the ambassador, he didn't summon him because an ordinary citizen was going to the U.S. embassy, the Venezuelan embassy. He summoned him in the context of what the U.S. congressman said about this link to Maduro. And the Venezuelan ambassador confirmed that they went there. But let him explain what he was doing there. First of all, did he go? And if the answer is yes, tell us what he is doing there. And why would you need, now, weeks before the election, a visa to, if that's the real reason, a visa to Venezuela?
JAGDEO believes that the Mohammeds are now looking for an exit strategy.
We know they went to meet U.S. prosecutors, and it didn't go well. And since then, they've been looking for an exit strategy. And we all know that Venezuela does not allow extradition of people who get citizenship there in that country to the United States of America. And I think this can all be traced back to the Barbados meeting when it didn't go well, which did not go well.
OFAC had stated that the Mohameds, through their businesses, smuggled some 10,000 kilograms of gold out of Guyana between 2019 and 2023 and avoided paying more than US $50 million in duty taxes.
President Dr. Irfan Ali has emphasized that the People's Progressive Party Civic is the only party that understands how to operate in the new geopolitical environment and to develop the necessary policies to address issues such as imported inflation. Davina Samaru has the details in this report.
When you vote on 1st of September, you're voting for a clear strategy that will ensure the price of fuel at the pump does not go up as it is going up worldwide, to ensure that cooking gas in your house, the prices come down, to ensure that the prices of electricity is cut by half. You're voting to ensure that there is a government in place that knows how to adjust the taxes and remove the taxes so that imported inflation is not passed on to the consumer.
President Dr. Irfan Ali, the presidential candidate of the PPPC, speaking at a public meeting in Alexander Village, Georgetown on Wednesday.
When you vote on the 1st of September, you're voting for a government that understands how to develop monetary policies, fiscal policies that are important in dealing with imported inflation, that are important in dealing with inflation that is outside of the control of the government.
For 2025, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, projects that Guyana's inflation rate will be lower than the global average, estimated to be around 4.5%. President Ali explained that the worldwide increase in commodity prices is as a result of global events such as wars, things which the Guyana government cannot control.
We can speak as long as we want, but if there is war in Ukraine and if there is war in the Middle East, where it is a transport route to move fertilizer and to move grains, the prices are going to go up. And if the price goes up, then everything that is dependent on fertilizer and grain will grow up.
What the Guyana government can do, however, is develop policies that can lessen the impact of these events on citizens, President Ali noted. In this regard, he reminded that the PPPC administration has already been doing that.
What we have to do then is to control those prices by investing, and that is why we're doing our own fertilizer plant. That is why we are planting thousands of acres of corn and soya so we can produce our own feed, our own grains right here in Guyana. That is why we're experimenting with the production of wheat so that we can avoid those imported inflation costs and control the cost structure. It doesn't come fancifully or crying about the problem. It comes from real policies, real initiative. It comes from understanding the broader issues and developing policies that are directed to addressing these problems that are external in nature but have great internal implications.
He also reminded that currently Guyanese are paying the lowest for gas in the Caribbean, a direct result of a measure introduced by the PPPC administration to slash the excise taxes on fuel. Meanwhile, President Ali pointed out that the PPPC administration is the only party that has demonstrated its ability to operate in the new geopolitical environment and has proven its competence to represent the country in complex matters. He referred to Guyana's ability to negotiate a lower rate of the United States reciprocal tariff from 38% to 15%.
When the trade tariffs were announced, we were able, without in the limelight, without shouting, to bring it down from 35% to 15% already, and the discussions are continuing. Look at what is going on with much bigger and complex countries, and look at where their negotiations are, and look at what we have been able to accomplish.
President Ali also spoke about the PPPC's ability to create an enabling environment to attract foreign investments to Guyana.
You are voting for a government that can work in such an international environment to get these major investors, to get their attention first of all, then to win their confidence, then to incentivize the system to bring their investment here. That is no walk in the park. That is hard, tedious work. That is complex negotiation. And I say to you tonight that there is only one party that can do this. That is your party, the People's Progressive Party.
Reporting for the Evening News, Davina Samaru.
We are now joined by Bisham Mohammed, who reports that more than 400 students from Warramuri, Hemakabra, Para, and other nearby villages in Region 1 are set to benefit from enhanced education delivery at the newly constructed Warramuri Secondary School.
The newly constructed 434.5 million Warramuri Secondary School was commissioned on Wednesday in Region 1. Outfitted with laboratories for science, information technology, and home economics, President Dr. Irfan Ali said that this modern school, along with impending upgrades at the community's primary school, is demonstrative of his government's commitment to parity in education investments across Guyana.
We made a very conscious decision that every single secondary school must have parity in the type of services and the type of value it creates for our children, so that there is no gap. Very soon, the Minister of Education will be turning this out for a number of labs in secondary schools in Region 9. Because we believe that secondary education is not only another tier of education, but secondary education is about preparing you for the journey of life. It is about that important step that gives you the opportunity to realize your true and full potential. So today, whether you want to be a trained teacher, a doctor, a nurse, a pharmacist, an engineer, an agriculturalist, a technician, whatever you want to be, you know that this government will invest so you can achieve it right here in Region 1.
Built to accommodate 400 students, the new Warramuri Secondary School is the second secondary school to be built in the Maruka sub-district and the fourth secondary school in the entire Region 1. Over the last 3.5 years, the PPPC government has built 7 nursery schools, 16 primary schools, and has either built or in the process of building 6 secondary schools across the Barima-Waineed region. According to Education Minister Priya Manikchand, the aim is to ensure that every child in Region 1 have access to universal education, including a solid secondary education.
In Region 1, we built the Santa Rosa Secondary. Marty was able to go to that school. We built the Port Kaituma Secondary. And right now, we had to rebuild the Northwest Secondary, which was destroyed by arson. We are building Hosororo Secondary, which looks like a university campus. We're building Quabana Secondary, which looks like a university campus. We're building Matthews Ridge. And today, President Ali is commissioning the Warramuri Secondary. And by November of this year, we will begin construction in Manawaran for the Manawaran Secondary School. When we came into office in 2020, not 1920, 2020, there were 2,500 children in Region 1. 2,500 children in Region 1 who could not be placed in a secondary school, who had to go to a primary top or had to stay home or go in the back dam. 2,500 of your children, our young people. Before the end of 2026, every single child will be able to go to a discrete secondary school close to their homes.
Meanwhile, head teacher of the Warramuri Secondary School, Colin De La Cruz, said that the institution symbolizes the promise of a brighter future For Region 1 Children, Bisham Mohammed, The Evening News.
Once again, here is Vanu Manikchand, this time to report that the government has been working with experts in Indonesia to train Guyanese to do crab cage farming so that they tap into the lucrative market locally.
President Dr. Irfan Ali made this announcement at the commissioning of the new Waramuri Secondary School in Region 1 on Wednesday. Recognizing the high value of crab meat and the demand from the local market, especially the various world-class hotels that are being built, the head of state is looking to position Region 1 farmers to capitalize on this opportunity.
All of these hotels that are being constructed, they import crab meat in this country. When you go to town, they make crab cakes. And the crab meat has a higher value. If we can produce enough crab meat, then we can ensure the supermarkets in Georgetown carry our local crab meat. But what do we have to do? We have to expand production. We are already talking with a team from Indonesia. To come here and work with our farmers to do cage crab farming. So we don't need to wait on the season alone. We can do it year-round. Get the crab, take it to the processing facility so you get higher prices and we create more opportunities for the local economy.
This initiative is one of 2 projects that the Guyanese leader proposed to roll out for 4 communities in Region 1, Waramuri, Manawarin, Haimaracabra, and Para. The second initiative will see the government working with the more than 600 households in these indigenous communities to empower them with the financial and technical support to expand cassava production and build a cassava mill facility.
So we will invest with you in the tools, the equipment, and the money to expand your production. We're going to take it, build a facility to process it, get the casrib and the flour and everything out of it. But more importantly, we don't want you to go and sell it. We will get the Guyana Marketing Corporation to come to that facility, take your product, pay you at a stable market price, and take it to the market.
Ali further told residents that an exciting future awaits Region 1 with massive infrastructure transformation, including waterfront developments for riverine communities.
You raised with us the issue of having a proper wharf and landing facility. And I want to tell you that we have issued an instruction that this year and in the next budget, we will be building farmers, landing, and wharf facility at every single one of the community in the river. These 3 communities, the local leaders said, required asked for boat and engine for the school children. Right, Colin? I've asked the regional chairman to talk to the local boat builders right here in Region 1 to build those boats for these 3 communities, because we are going to give you those boats and the engine.
These are just a few of a host of interventions announced by the President on Wednesday to bring relief to hinterland residents. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
Coming up, TIMEHRI youth killed in hit and run at Supply, suspect arrested at Demerara Harbor Bridge, and no major airline suspensions. Tourism Ministry warns against false AI-generated claims. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Seeing her succeed makes me proud, and I know I made the right choice by giving her Enfogrow since she was little. Knowing that 85% of brain growth will occur by age 3, Enfogrow's blend of ingredients such as DHA helps support your toddler's brain development and contains 22 nutrients to support their diet or nutrition. Enfogrow, what you do today will last forever. This product is not intended to be a substitute.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Seeing her succeed makes me proud, and I know I made the right choice by giving her Enfogrowth since she was little. Knowing that 85% of brain growth will occur by age 3, Enfogrowth's blend of ingredients such as DHA helps support your toddler's brain development and contains 22 nutrients to support their diet or nutrition. Enfogrowth, what you do today will last forever. This product is not intended to be a substitute or...
It's sippy out. It's sippy out time. Sippy away all in. Man, woman, girl and boy. Feel the sippy and joy from every nation. In the Caribbean, larger than life. We're building legends in this Caribbean nation. We're all in. It's sippy out time.
We're all in. Republic Bank, title sponsor and official bank of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. A 23-year-old truck driver was on Wednesday struck down and killed in a hit-and-run accident along the Supply Public Road, East Bank, Demerara. In this Bisham Mohammed report, you will hear that the accident might have been premeditated, since there was ongoing court battle between the suspects and the now-dead man.
The dead young man has been identified as Alex Prasad of TIMEHRI Base Road, East Bank, Demerara, who only tied the knot some 3 weeks ago. According to police reports, Prasad had exited motor lorry GAK 9080 when it was struck by another lorry GAC 5784 driven by the suspect, David Ragnott of Kalicharan Road, Suzaik, East Bank, Demerara. As a result of the impact, the truck driven by the suspect collided with Prasad, who was at the time speaking with his boss on the corner of the road. Prasad sustained injuries to his head and body and was later pronounced dead at the Diamond Regional Hospital. The lorry involved in the hit-and-run accident was later found locked and abandoned at Sierra Johanna. However, the evening news spoke with the dead man's wife, Selena Lamanino, who was with him when he met his demise.
And the boss man was coming up with the money, and he stopped him for collecting money. When the man comes, he don't reach over the road. He stand up telling the car now. The boss man, the bank for the money. Forgive me. And the truck come, knock it down, he pitched to the car. Then he landed on the back of his head. By the time I come out and run over the road. No response, I touched it. And he turned and he coughed out sheer blood. And that was it. Oh, by the time we carried out, before he even reached it.
However, she related that the suspect and her husband were involved in an ongoing feud, thus resulting in a court battle.
Before, Alex used to work in Linden. Alex got to work in Linden for the same truck driver. And because Alex had to tell him what to do. And Alex was higher than he didn't like that. And Alex left to work the truck park in Kokwani that he used to walk. Drive a thief out everything from the truck and blame it on Alex. Alex said nothing. Alex left it. Every time Alex wants see, he just run and hide from Alex. The other day, Alex's cousin was putting on a truck starter in He Road. And he felt Alex's cousin with a truck cylinder. Alex's cousin Carly. And Carly, they had a little argument there. Then they had to went to the police and make a report. Javid go. They was going to court for it. And then Javid talking all over that he gonna kill Alex.
The two men were expected to return to court on Monday as the case continues. However, a security officer who witnessed the accident also spoke with this newscast.
As soon as he come out, he couldn't close the door. As soon as he closed the driver door, and he turned, the wife was standing right over on this bridge. And as soon as the wife was telling him something, soon the man turned, for here, the wife saying off a taxi, the wife is bam, blam, just a fast, just a quick. And the man keep driving, the man even slow down, stop or nothing.
Meanwhile, the suspect reportedly failed to stop after the collision, continued driving further south, and fled the scene. He was later apprehended at the Demerara Harbour Bridge overpass during a police operation. He remains in custody as investigations continue. Bisham Mohammed, The Evening News.
Just within the span of 36 months, the government, through the Education Ministry, has trained more than 9,000 teachers, significantly enhancing the quality of education nationwide. Michael Henry has more in this report.
Moving closer to universal education, Education Minister Priya Manik-Chan has revealed that more than 9,000 teachers have been trained in just 3 years. She made the announcement during the commissioning of the new Waramuri Secondary School, noting that the achievement reflects the government's commitment to fulfilling its promise to improve the quality of education nationwide.
We told you we wanted to increase quality by making sure we trained all your teachers and that we train more teachers and that any young person who had the qualification to be trained would be trained by us. And in the last 3.5 years, we have trained or are training more than 9,000 teachers across this country. 9,000 teachers. And in any other 3-year period in the history of Guyana, we have only ever been able to train 1,500 teachers.
The initiative, she said, has boosted the percentage of trained teachers in hinterland and riverine areas by a great percentage.
Nowhere else in the world would a president of a teachers' union not welcome and celebrate the training of teachers wherever they can be found. We are happy to say that training has allowed us to move hinterland teachers from 43% trained teachers to 86% trained teachers, and we intend that to be 100% trained teachers before 2027. We've been able to move the coastland, where we've been stagnant for the last 15 years at 63, 64, 65% trained teachers, to now 2025 it being 98% of our teachers trained or in training. And so that's what our expansion of quality is doing.
The government managed to break the stagnation of the past 15 years, where the percentage of trained teachers along the coast hovered around 63 to 65%. By 2025, that figure raised to 98% of teachers either trained or currently in training. Michael Henry, The Evening News.
To ensure more comfortable community environments, President Dr. Irfan Ali has announced that our next PPPC administration will develop small business development complexes to house traditional bottom house operations, which can be moved out of residential areas. He made the announcement during a public meeting at Alexander Village on Wednesday evening.
Soon to come, a small business development complex where our mechanics, where our spray painters, where our bottom house operation will go in a facility developed by the government. Because your quality of life depends on your quality of neighborhood. And we want, when you come home from work, that you can live in a quality neighborhood. That is why that small business development complex of 30 acres will provide security, safety, services, infrastructure for all our small businesses to be relocated to. So the small spray painting shop, the bottom house operations, the trucks that are parked in the narrow roads, creating conflict in the community, within the next year, all of that will go to a well-developed site that you will be able to continue your business and live in peace within your community.
The Tourism Industry and Commerce Ministry is advising the public to disregard AI-generated videos, falsely claiming that major airlines have suspended operations to Guyana. The ministry stated that the claims are completely untrue and that all scheduled airlines continue to operate normally and Guyana's airlift remains strong. However, the ministry reported that visitor arrivals are on the rise. According to a release issued on August 10, Guyana recorded 242,655 arrivals from January to July 2025, an 18% increase compared to the same period in 2024. The ministry emphasizes that the circulating videos are artificially generated and do not reflect the true state of tourism or aviation in Guyana. The country continues to enjoy stable airline partnerships, growing route networks, and increasing interest from both regional and international travelers. Further, the ministry stated that it remains committed to transparency and urges travelers to seek accurate information from official sources. And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic at 20:55 on Friday, August 15, 2025, for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 8:30 on Friday, August 15, 2025, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Amazon warriors ready for battle after productive preparation and explosive pour-on to lead TKR in quest for 5th CPL title. These stories and more coming up in this evening's Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
It's Building Expo and Cricket Carnival time, and MacCorp is knocking prices out of the park. Get the powerful Cat 320 GX for just 30 million, the SEM 655D wheel loader at 17.4 million, or the SEM 636D wheel loader for only 13.8 million. Each machine comes with free fuel warranty registration, 2 years warranty, and a customer value agreement for the first 500 hours. Don't wait. Register your interest now at MacCorpCat.com or call us today on 703-8618. MacCorp, let's build Guyana together.
Did you know that Gassi's Jet A1 fuel is a type of aviation fuel specially formulated for turbine engines? Jet A1 fuel is safer to handle and transport than any other fuel types due to its high flash point and low volatility. It also boasts a high energy content, enhancing aircraft performance and efficiency. So whether traveling for business or pleasure, choose Guyana's Jet A1 fuel for a safe, reliable, and efficient flight.
Seeing her succeed makes me proud, and I know I made the right choice by giving her Enfogrowth since she was little. Knowing that 85% of brain growth will occur by age 3, Enfogrowth's blend of ingredients such as DHA helps support your toddler's brain development and contains 22 nutrients to support their diet or nutrition. Enfogrowth, what you do today will last forever. This product is not intended to be a substitute.
Planning a road trip, job site setup, or backyard lime? Sylvie's 60-liter solar cooler keeps your drinks ice cold and charges your phone. No electricity needed. Built tough, solar powered, and ready for off-grid life. Call Sylvie's in Georgetown at 227-6243 or Essequibo at 624-5121. Visit us at 31 High and Hatfield Street or Lot 90 East Henrietta, Essequibo Coast. Shop online at sylviesonline.com. Sylviesonline.com, your partner in...
Seeing her succeed makes me proud, and I know I made the right choice by giving her Enfogrowth since she was little. Knowing that 85% of brain growth will occur by age 3, Enfogrowth's blend of ingredients such as DHA helps support your toddler's brain development and contains 22 nutrients to support their diet or nutrition. Enfogrowth, what you do today will last forever. This product is not intended to be a substitute. Seeing her succeed makes me proud, and I know I made the right choice by giving her EnfaGrow since she was little. Knowing that 85% of brain growth will occur by age 3, EnfaGrow's blend of ingredients such as DHA helps support your toddler's brain development and contains 22 nutrients to support their diet or nutrition. EnfaGrow, what you do today will last forever. This product is not intended to be a substitute.